Hi guys, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm doing another Top 5 Wednesday. As always, the Goodreads group is in the description below if you want to check that out. And this week's topic is our favorite first sentences. So there are a lot of iconic first sentences, and I tried to keep this to books that I have actually read, but these were also pretty easy to pick. Yeah. At number 5, I have Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive. We're proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. And it's from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Yeah, it's kind of on the list because it's the first Harry Potter book. And I really, really, really love Harry Potter. So anytime I'm reading that sentence, it's like, all right, we're going to read Harry Potter, guys. Um, but I do think it stands pretty well on its own. It is definitely one of the ones that I had no trouble memorizing. Like, it just is in my head. It just stays there. And I love the ending, the perfectly normal thank you very much. It's got just a slightly sarcastic tone to it, and it's wonderful. At number 4, I have Marley Was Dead to Begin With. It's from A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And I do love It Was the Best of Times, It Was the Worst of Times from A Tale of Two Cities, I think. But I haven't read that book, so I excluded it. And so my favorite Charles Dickens line that I actually read is Marley Was Dead to Begin With. It's kind of creepy, which is this great opening to this Christmas story, and also very matter of fact. Like, Marley's dead. We're just gonna move on. It's cool. Then I have Everything Starts Somewhere, although many physicists disagree, from The Hogfather by Terry Pratchett. This is one of the Discworld novels, and I love that. Just everything starts somewhere, but of course, somebody doesn't believe that. Like, I don't know, just explains our world, but it also explains Discworld so much. And it's a perfect encapsulation of that. It does also set up this book pretty well, where we have Discworld's version of Santa Claus and this idea of where myths come from and where they start and how they have some grain of truth to them or explaining something we need to know. And how we also have this contrast between belief versus science. But just that line on its own sounds wonderful even without the context of the rest of the book. Number 2. This is my favorite book in all the world, though I've never read it. And it's from The Princess Bride by William Goldman. So I decided to skip the introduction, which is actually kind of part of the story, and start with the actual Princess Bride. But I love that line so much. And The Princess Bride really is my favorite book ever, and I've read it like 50 times, not even kidding. I totally adore this book, and I think it is so perfect. So, yeah, that line kicks ass. And number 1, it is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a large fortune must be in want of a wife. It's from Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and it is consistently up there as like one of the top first lines ever, and for really good reason. Like, I wanted the Princess Bride quote to be my number 1, but the Pride and Prejudice one just knocks it out of the water. It's awesome. I love this sarcastic tone to it, which kind of sets up Pride and Prejudice. Like, you can read Pride and Prejudice very literally and see it from, like, Mrs. Bennet's perspective, I guess. And that there's a single man, I have these daughters, I must marry them to him. Like, he's obviously must want a wife. Like, what else could he possibly be here for? Or you can read it kind of sarcastically, like from Lizzie's sort of perspective, where it's like, yeah, of course, a single man. Like, what else could he possibly want in life other than to get married? So it has this double-edged setting to it, and the way just that the whole sentence flows. I don't know. It's perfect. It's like the perfect first line. It totally pulls you in, and I love it terribly, guys. Even if I can't properly describe why, that first sentence is just perfection. So there are my top 5 favorite first sentences. Let me know in the comments below what your favorites are, if I missed anything. There are also a lot of books that I do own and have read that have really awesome first lines, but those were my favorites. Peace out! I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye!